Hello, welcome to our channel. It's King David here again. Remember in the last video I told you guys we'll be talking about tech. Here with me I have Carl.
My name is Carl Okoye. I'm a videographer slash video editor. I originally started off in photography, but then we progressed over the years and now we found ourselves at video editing.
I can't wait to get into this video proper. So I would love to welcome all our new subscribers. I just saw like the channel is growing. Like I cannot say how proud I am of this channel, and if you're just coming in, please stay tuned with us. And for our OGs, much respect. Let's get into the video proper. Alright, getting into today's video, we'll be talking about how to become a video editor and earn from the skill. Let's get into it. The first question is, for people who want to get into video editing, what video editing software are you comfortable using and why? What's your favorite actually?
Oh, okay. If it's in terms of my favorite, I actually prefer DaVinci Pro.
Okay.
That's DaVinci Resolve, but like the Pro version, I guess. So the studio version.
Is that not like complex?
It is, but you asked my favorite, so
yeah,
that would be my favorite. But if it's in terms of
for the
if
pros,
you're a beginner, right, and
yeah,
you're getting into video editing, there are a lot of good softwares these days that are very beginner friendly. I for one, so I use CapCut for simpler edits. VN editor is good too. The thing about them is that you can also use them on your phone. So those of you who don't have, systems that can run all these complex,
don't kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself. Just
use your phone.
Use your phone.
You all heard that. You don't have to beat yourself over it. Use what you can, and you can start with your phone. As simple as that. You don't need a PC to edit. So the second question is, can you like describe your typical workflow for editing a video from a raw footage to the final product? Like,
I'll break this up into like two parts. I'll talk about my own videos, and then I'll talk about client videos to an extent.
Okay.
So for my own videos, because I do a lot of fitness content.
Yeah.
So basically the idea is to find something that is appealing to people, educational, maybe funny, for those of you who are funny, and then and then like other things like maybe even infotainment. Yeah. So I do mostly motivational type of content. So my workflow for that would be to find the trending audio.
He's into fitness, guys. You can see the biceps.
Anyway, I would go on like TikTok or Instagram and find a trending audio. Then I would take the audio from there. I'll probably screen record the video, then extract the audio. So if you're using CapCut, they've made this very simple. Don't beat yourself about that.
Okay.
Or all these complex ones. So you extract the audio, and then I bring my clips. So obviously I would have shot my clips from the gym, then I'll bring it into CapCut, do some basic cuts and auto caption it. That one too is also easy in CapCut. Color grade it a bit so it looks cinematic. Yeah. Then for client videos, those ones are a bit more complex. Depending on the size of the video, I can end up using DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro. I can end up using those ones so that I can have access to things like speed ramping, data detailing. So if I'm color grading from scratch instead of using filters, most times they would tell you. It depends. If it's a long-term client, maybe someone you've been working with, most times they just know that you deliver. But if it's someone new, you're trying to impress them, you're trying to be professional, you get their insights, the story that they are trying to tell. If they have music recommendations, that's a particular audio of music that they want to use, you get that from there as well. You just go from there, basically do your thing, color grade it if you need to. I think
you just answered my number 3 question, A1. How do you show that your edits meets the client's or project specifications and goals, which is wonderful. As you see, guys, they hear word as they edit. Don't just edit. Except you're editing a personal video, you can do your thing. But if it's a client, just try as much as possible to follow specifications. Since you already cleared me on my number 3 question, where I think people would have issues about clients, I'll just go to the fourth one. What steps do you take to improve the audio quality in your video edits?
Obviously, if you're going into video editing, you have to have something. So I'm assuming you have a phone, and if you have a phone, let's assume you're doing talking head videos, which is what we're doing now. You can use your phone as a mic instead of relying on whatever you're shooting from to capture the audio, because most times it will sound, noisy, distant. So
Like my first videos.
like our first video, So if you have access to another phone, you can use that to record your sounds instead. Or if you have access to more professional grade sound equipment, you can use that to also get your sound as well. And let's just assume that you just have your one device. So the device that shoots the video is also the device that captures the audio. All you could do is, implement the use of softwares to make your sounds sound better.
How do you manage your time and prioritize tasks when working on multiple editing projects? Some clients can be...
Yeah, especially the ones that don't pay enough. My advice, prioritize the ones that pay enough.
And leave
the ones that are paid. Don't mind me.
Oh my god.
It's just, I feel like over time, it's something you're forced to learn how to do. So if you're handling multiple projects, you don't need to have multiple timelines open. You don't need to have multiple projects open. You can just allocate time and get like 90% of the video, export it, send it to them to review, because a lot of times, and I tell you, a lot of times, you could finish a video, you send it to them, and the next thing you're hearing is, I don't like this sound.
Please, can you change this?
Can you change this sound? Can you remove this thing? And it's part of the whole storytelling process. When I started off, editing for clients, it used to pain me, it used to annoy me, because I didn't so like taking correction. Let me just be honest. But then
you need to be
strong-hearted, because this is hours we're talking about, and then somebody will come and tell you, I don't like the way this is like this. But you would learn how to deal with that, kind of like how I learned how to, take corrections and take, feedback and inputs. And then in terms of management, it's something that you have to practice. It's a skill. Time management and coordination is a skill. So you basically have to practice it. And how do you practice it? By doing more videos. So
basically, guys, practice makes perfection, and be patient. Like in the tech world, you have patience should be like your forte, because most clients won't like give you nicely. You get it bass all the time. So just be patient as far as you're enjoying what you're doing. What methods do you use to stay updated with the latest video trends and techniques? Because most people will be like, I don't even, in as much as you're talking, where do I get inspiration from to like make my video look good? Or how do you draw your So how do you draw your inspiration, and where do you get updates from?
Quick disclaimer though, I feel like as a video editor, you have to discover your own style. Now that's important, so that you're not just like every other person. Like you want to be unique, you want to have that one thing that people will see and they'll be like, oh, I've seen this before and I've seen this before. I know it's this person that is editing, something that makes you unique. Now, on the other hand, you also have like staying up to date with trends, basically. So a good way to do that would be following creators on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. Not in any order, but if I was putting on, so YouTube for educational purposes, Instagram, and then TikTok for those of us that have 5 seconds attention span. Then I would recommend a few people that you can follow to learn editing techniques. Maybe we can put a list of them somewhere on the screen or in the description. So you can check them out too. So basically just watch their videos, learn. You can also get some courses on Udemy. Almost everything is on YouTube. So, and it's free. It's free
knowledge, guys.
Just like this video, this information is free, right?
Free knowledge, guys.
So go ahead and do your research. If let's say you find a transition that looks good to you, you could just type it on YouTube and a couple of videos will come out, and then you can just learn. That's a way to learn. Then staying updated, the same thing. Just follow trends on TikTok and Instagram and be up to date with social media.
I'll just go forward to the next one. And how do you like handle feedback or criticism from clients or collaborations? Because most times when you're working together with people or you're working for a client, you must get hits from time to time. So how do you like get to handle all those negative feedbacks that you are not expecting to hear or you're expecting to hear from a client?
I'll say this, that I've been blessed to work with a lot of calm-headed people, people who are not too demanding, people who don't complain.
I think it's because you're good at what you do.
There's also that too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like in recent times too, it's also because of I'm very selective about who I work with. So most times they are understanding people who already know what they want, and I understand their vision. So once I just get the clips or shoot the clips, I already have like a story in mind. But if it's for handling negative feedback, which I promise you will get, and
A
like
lot.
I said earlier, from the broker clients.
Yeah.
But you get a way to handle it would be just being open. It could even be a relative. It could be yourself. You could finish a video and watch it and it's looking somehow in your eye. You would criticize yourself, say, okay, I don't like the way this turned out. You would obviously feel bad because you put in so much time and so much effort, but then it's part of the learning process. Don't really take it as something negative. Take it as, okay, I didn't do good here, I need to do better. So what you learn, I need to practice, I need to do more projects. Take on free projects too. Everything doesn't really need to be paid. Do you understand? It's like you need to take projects that will test you and challenge you, and whether they are paid or not, it's work, and that work is also practice.
And that even brings me to ask, what strategies do you like use to market your video editing service and attract new clients?
Now, I know this is going to sound very contradictory, but I'm not really a big social media person, at least not right now anyways.
Yeah.
But a way to market yourself is social media. Whether you're running ads, which is a bit more advanced, maybe much later you can drop a video talking about SEO and ads, right?
Yeah.
But whether you're running ads or whether you're just hoping that you have that one video that is inevitably going to shoot you up into the like search space, and everybody's going to be talking about you and wanting your services and all.
You need to put in work.
Yeah, you need to put in the work, you need to be available, you need to be out there. It's very, very, very important. So just put your work on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok,
on X,
on
all social platforms, wherever you feel you're comfortable with putting out your work, just
put it out there. Even Reddit, so put your stuff out there, and I promise you, if your work is good, after all the hours you've put in, right, there will always be someone there looking for what you're offering.
Guys, you have heard it from the horse's mouth, and
I'll be hustle, but okay.
But then before we come to the last question, I'll call it a day. If you've been enjoying this video, man, help your boy out and drop that like for me.
Subscribe,
smash that subscribe button. I said I was going to bring value to you in this channel, and that is all I have to bring, value upon value. In as much as I'm going to still make you guys laugh, I know a lot of people will be expecting that, but I still want you guys to grow as well. So the last one, which is like more of the bane, is how do you determine your pricing for video editing services, and what factors you consider? Because someone might want to check how they can fix prices for whatever they're editing for someone.
For pricing, I'll speak to the Nigerian audience, the majority of people watching this, right?
Yeah.
I know how difficult it is to squeeze out a little more money from Nigerian clients. They're very what's that Igbo distance? Akago. They're very akago, but then
a lot are generous though.
Yeah, I feel like you need to determine your worth, and that's something you have to do for yourself and set your price. Now, you're not going to attract everybody. You can't have all the clients. This is something a lot of people don't understand. And you don't need all the clients. What you need is 1 or 2 or 3 consistent, continuous, clients that will always come back to you because of the quality of your work. And once you have them, they're going to be happy coming back, obviously. Them coming back would mean, more money, more projects, more experience,
and more networks for you.
Exactly, more networks for you. If it's in terms of determining your price, I feel like for a beginner, you should be open to basically anybody who is willing to give you an opportunity. Now, that doesn't mean you should go and take projects of 1 hour for 2,000 naira. I know it's urgent 2K, but it's not rich like that. I remember when I started, I took on a lot of projects like that, and I regretted it because the time, so many stories that touch the heart, all these crazy things, and they don't want to hear that. All they want is their video, even though they're paying you pennies, right?
Yeah.
But then a good way would be to analyze your work, be very, very honest with yourself, right? look at your work critically. Do you like what you're putting out? And if you do, show it to your friends, show it to your family, let them analyze it for you too. When they are done with that, you can now determine, oh, okay, this is a video that is good, these are projects that is good. And then just do your research. What are these other people charging? How are they charging it? Is it a short form video? Is it a long form video? Vertical, horizontal, outdoors? Are you the one shooting the clips? Because that too is also a factor in itself. Are you the one shooting the clips, or are they providing the clips to you? When you weigh all these things, and when you consider what the competition, because now you're in the game, right? Oof.
Yeah.
Now you're in the game, so it's competition. You need to consider what they are charging as well, and then just put your own somewhere there. The good thing now is, as you progress, you can always increase your prices. Don't just from 0 to 100. I mean, nobody's paying your rent in one project. Yeah, you can always just slightly increase as you get better. Also improve your skill, because all those courses in Udemy, I mean, those are business expenses, and they have to be paid for somehow. So yeah.
Man, I'm so super excited to have you on this.
Happy to be here.
Man, on this channel, and I hope you watching us at home, you've learned something. As much as you've heard this, I would still advise that you invest in learning. Like you said, there are lots of free materials online, free courses that you can check out, people who are also good at editing that you can still watch. And if you still want our services and all his services, feel free to comment on this clip, and I would always love to see you guys. You know, I love you guys. Like I say always, I love you guys. And until the next one, guys, thank you so much for coming.
So good, man.
Bless, guys.